So there's an extremely telling poll that came out of Maine. Maine and North Carolina are two of the four Senate races that Democrats have to flip at midterms if they want a chance at taking the majority in the Senate, which is going to be hard. But Maine is one of them. Susan Mills is the Republican there. She's running for a sixth term. On the Democratic ticket, they did a poll. Graham Platner is leading outgoing Democratic Governor Janet Mills by 20 points. Now, Janet Mills threw her name in the hat because Graham Platner, who's more along the lines of a progressive, talks and promotes platforms that are democratic socialist platforms, all of a sudden he became enemy number one to the Democratic Party, the centrist Democrats. So she threw her name in the hat to blunt any chance that he would win, because we can't have another Zohran Mamdani, another AOC, another Bernie Sanders. We can't. And she's 77 years old. Chuck Schumer, like literally within minutes of saying she was running, threw his endorsement behind her. So did a shit ton of other centrist Democrats. That's how this charade works. But back to the poll. Graham Platner is beating Janet Mills by 20 points if a Democratic primary were to be held today. But there's another number behind the poll that we need to pay attention to. Everyone polled 50 years old or less. Of those polled, 77% said they would vote for Graham Platner. Our younger generation knows what's needed. They know what they want. They know that this is capitalism on steroids and it's squashing the working class. They know that centrist Democrats, the Democratic establishment, only wants to continue this diabolical capitalistic system that's not working for most of us. And they see democratic socialists and progressives as their biggest enemies, bigger enemies than MAGA, than Donald Trump. They put more effort into defeating and silencing people like AOC and Jasmine Crockett and you name it than they do Republicans. But that's a vital poll. This is where you and I have to be so plugged in at Democratic primaries. We cannot be looking at this as we have to defeat the Republican until we have to defeat the centrist Democrat first in the primaries. Then we'll focus on the Republican.